me just refer to back on how to play here. My first, what I'm calling Filler Friday, where I look at filler games. I'm doing two today, this one and another one. So if you've already seen the other one, then welcome back to this one. Uh, Filler games are games that are simple, quick games, easy to set up, quick to play, and just fun, simple little games. So this one is Happy Mochi. Hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's all about the sweet, sweet duos. It's designed by Johan Benvenuto and Romaric Galonier. Art by Amelie Marisol. Hope I'm pronouncing those names correctly. It's produced by Asmodee, who is a big distributor and producer of games involved with a lot of major brands, like Ticket to Ride, for instance. um, Pretty much most of the major games out there they are involved with. I will say, and I think there's different types of. It's also put up by Zygomatic. Uh, I think there's actually maybe a couple of different like versions of this out there. I don't like this one though. With this box like this, it's hard to get into. It's ripped. I don't really like that, but it's a game, simple little game. Ages 8 and up, 2 to 6 players. Takes about 20 minutes. You have each player is going to get 7 cards. Uh, Important to note, you cannot change the order of the cards. So I'm going to carefully lay these out. And you're going to be playing, it's a setting game. You're trying to get rid of all the cards in your hand as quick as possible. And you're going to be playing 2 cards at a time onto the central duo. We'll do that. So we'll flip over 2 cards to start off the duo. You have this card. This is for the value. This means that you have to play cards that are higher in value. But at any point in time, somebody plays one of these cards that has a plus minus. You flip it to the other side and change it to lower cards. Well, we'll start off with this one. Now you also have this special symbol, which is a card, which is when you play this onto the central duo, you get to choose a player to draw a card. It could even be yourself, or you can force someone else to draw a card. When drawing a card, you can draw from the top of the draw pile or one at the top of these central duo cards. Now, if I were to take, say, this card, and this was empty, I would have to replenish with another card from the top of the deck. The actions, the draw, or the value change, you only use when you play them onto the central duo here. If I were to reveal, like, let's say I were to, oh, I don't know, let's say this was here and I were to draw this free, and I reveal this draw card, I do not take that action, only when you put them there. So, you randomly choose a start player, I do believe, I'm not sure if they say. You're trying to have the lowest score at the end of the game by getting rid of all your cards. You're going to keep playing until one player has hit or exceeded 30 points at the end of the game, and whoever has the least amount of points in that time wins. So each player gets 7 cards. Do not rearrange them. Leave them as is. And you put this value card on the plus side of the table. At the start of the next round, if it's on the minus side, you just leave it as is. You don't change it between rounds. Just when a card gets played to change it. And technically, I guess the value card goes on top. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. And then we're ready to go. It says whoever has last eaten mochi or any of the Japanese dishes gets to play first. I've never had Japanese food to my knowledge, but we'll just pretend I have. So, on your turn, you have to play, at this point, cards that are a value that is higher than this. This has a value of 18. You add them up, or combine them into one number. So, and I have to play cards that are next to each other. I cannot play 2 separate cards. So I can play, I can play this 31, I can play this 34, I can play this 70, whatever I kind of want. If the only restriction right now I have is that I have to play higher than 18. Now, if I play this 34 here, which I'm going to do that, this adds a new restriction. Now, first I have the draw thing, and since I only have 5 cards, it's an uneven number. I need to play 2 at a time, so I might as well draw one more. And I can put this wherever I want, so maybe I just put it here. Now, when you play two cards that are the same color, this adds a new restriction for color restriction. That means this player over here has to play two cards that are the same color. They don't have to be orange. They just have to be two purples or two greens or whatever. Now, he does not have two side-by-side colors, cards are the same color, so he cannot play. If he cannot play, you have to draw a card, either one of these or from here. Maybe he takes this one, the 6, and you can put this wherever you want. So he's going to put the 6 next to the other 6, because that is another rule. Now this guy is going to go next. He does have two cards that he can play. He's going to play the 71. Then this next guy's going to go. He has to play two cards that are the same color. He does not have two cards that he can play that are higher. The 27 is lower. So he has to pass, and he will maybe draw this 7 and put that here. Now it comes to me. I have to play higher than 31. So I'll play this 52. You only have to play the same color if there is two cards of the same color. Now I want to bring you to the next rule. At any point in time, you can play the Super Mochi, or Happy Mochi, I believe it's called, which is where you play a pair of cards, two cards that are the same value. And when you play two cards that are the same value, for instance, this guy's going to play this 66, you can play them while ignoring any restrictions. So if this guy had two frees next to each other, even though it's lower, he can play it. So a pair, two of the same value, can be played at any time, irregardless of whether they have two cards of the same color or they have to be higher or lower. So he's going to play this 66. So this next guy's going to go, he's going to play this 89. This guy's going to go, so here we go, he's going to play, he can't play higher, he's going to play his two 7s. Even though it's lower, he can do that because it's a pair. Pairs can be played basically kind of wild, they can be played any time. Now I would have to play higher, I can't, so I'll draw a card, maybe I draw this 7. No, actually I won't do that, I'll just draw from here. Yeah, actually I should have drawn, I am going to draw the 7, because then I can put that here. So this next guy's going to go. He cannot play higher than 87. We'll draw a card, and it's a 5. Put it here. This guy also cannot beat 87, so he'll take this 8. And then this guy, can he beat 67? Yes, he can. He'll play this 75, breaking up his two purple cards. Now, I will play, you know what? I can play the 77. And I'll draw a card. I'll take back the 7. I can do that. And I'll put those there. This guy cannot play, so he has to draw a card. Maybe he takes this 7. Puts it next to the 4. So he has two green cards. This guy cannot beat 75, so maybe he takes this 7. Puts it next to the 8. This guy cannot beat that, so I'll draw a card. Okay, I'll put this 3 over here, making it 63 potentially. Comes to me, I can't beat that, so I will. And it's the same color, so I have to play two cards of the same color, which I can. Now this guy is restricted. He has to play two cards at the same color and higher. Or he has to play, which he can, and he will. So he'll play the 74. And then he will draw a card. Maybe he draws this 1. Okay. I'll do that. He's happy with that. So now this guy's going to go. He has to play two cards that are the same color and higher in value. He cannot, so he will draw a card. Maybe he takes the 7. This guy has to play higher than 74. He cannot. He'll draw a card. I'll slide that 2 in there. And then I'm in the same position here. I have to play higher than that. I can't, so I'll draw a card. And you just keep going around the table like this. This guy cannot play higher, so I'll draw the 7, for instance, and put that here. Then this guy's going to go. He can play this, say, the 68. And this guy cannot beat that, so he'll draw a card. And it comes to me. I cannot beat that, so I'll draw a card. You know what? I'll take the 6 and put it here. This guy's going to go. He cannot play higher than that, so he has to draw a card. Kind of annoying. Put that here. This guy will play this 77. That's all he can play. This guy can play this 95. Comes to me. I cannot play, so I'll draw a card. Ooh, I'll play that here. This guy cannot play. He draws a card. 2. This guy cannot beat the 95. So I'll draw this. This guy cannot beat the 95, so I'll draw a card. It's a 0. Put that in there. And then I can't beat the 95. I do have a 95, but I can't beat it. Also, they would have to be the same color. So yeah, we keep going around the table until one person plays out all the cards. Let's say I play out all my cards. Let's say we're going to have it like that. So then every other player is going to add up the value of all the cards in their hand. Write that down on a piece of paper. So this guy's got a whole bunch. This guy's got 6. This guy's got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then you would shuffle up and deal everything. So we never got to play the plus minus 1, but if they did, then this would flip over to the other side, and it could potentially flip again. But we didn't get any of those out, did we? Anyway, it's a pretty straightforward little game. Nice and simple. You're just playing 2 cards at a time. It have to be potentially higher or lower, depending on this card. You can add the color restriction by playing 2 cards of the same color, which forces other players to play 2 cards of the same color, while meeting the value restrictions. And then there is pairs. It can be played at any time, regardless of restrictions. Now, the card quality is fine, just a smooth plastic-coated finish. Not even cheap quality, but it's decent. Handles nicely anyways. Yeah, that's Happy Mochi. Also, if you play a pair, you're supposed to say Happy Mochi to let other players know that you played that. But it's up to you if you want to do that. So I don't really like the box. The game is pretty nice. The rules don't work very well in the box. You know, bunched up like this, but it is what it is. It's fine. It's a nice little game. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.